afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. Brady's in for Susan once again. Boy, that rain last night, did it wake you up?
I was still awake.
Oh, you're still up?
It came down pretty quickly, pretty hard.
The storm didn't wake me up, but Louis, one of the news hounds, barks at thunder.
Did you give him like a weighted blanket or anything? Some extra treats?
No, he's not afraid of it. Okay. He's trying to protect me.
Well, there you go. Well, he deserves a treat then.
I deserve a nap is what I need. Lots going on today, so let's get started. Wisconsin is seeing state employees leave at staggering numbers. Political reporter Will Keneally has more on what this means for the state.
And police are investigating a burglary on the north side that left 2 people tied up in their home while 3 people broke in. And more trigger laws in states banning abortion access are going into effect this week. Let's take a look outside. Unusual day. It was pouring, then the sun was out. Something for everyone, I guess.
Absolutely, but all the plants got a good drink overnight.
Yeah, they look nice and green.
Unsettled weather ahead. Greg Barnhart is out in the patio. It's not raining right now.
Not right now.
But it could be any second.
It could be, no. It's actually less clouds right now. We've actually broken up, but we did have some rain just a few hours ago. So overall, we're still 76. Our dew point is still high at 68, so that should start dropping, but it is still fairly muggy outside right now. As you zoom in on the temperatures, we're still around 80 to upper 70s in many locations, but the thing really to note is the dew points are still high. Drier air is coming in, but it's going to take its time here. We'll see more of those cooler dew points up to the north, which they're getting later on. Radar activity right now shows that we've had some few showers come through. More will develop from the north and push south. So for the afternoon and evening hours, we're still going to look for showers and thunderstorms and then taper off. So diminishing this evening, then decreasing clouds overnight, and then we look for some fog potential tomorrow morning that could creep in there later tomorrow morning. So you guys, we're looking at rainfall. We did pick up 1 to 3 inches in many areas, so it was a good drink, and we could pick up a little bit more this weekend too. So more details on that coming up.
All right, we'll check back later, Greg. Thank you. Wisconsin has seen public employees leave at staggering numbers.
That's according to a new analysis released by the Wisconsin Policy Forum.
Political reporter Will Keneally has more on what this means for the state. Will?
That's right. So this last year, more than 17,000 public employees in Wisconsin left their jobs. This does not include retirement, The data comes from the Wisconsin retirement system, so it includes any public employee, even local employees that use the WRS. This is the biggest decline that we've seen since this spike in departures. This was in the wake of Act 10 here. So the difference being is that this bottom line here, this shows just retirements broadly. And if we take that, compare that to what we're seeing with the current trend here, this middle line is all other departures. And Wisconsin Policy Research Forum researcher Ari Brown explains why it looks like just that way.
Other reasons for leaving the pension system besides retirement or disability or death. So you could think of it as people being fired. You could think of it as people quitting, taking other jobs, becoming a stay-at-home parent.
So with all those other departures, the state public workforce has gotten younger and less experienced. The average age of public employees is the lowest it's been since 2003, according to the data. Now, it may also seem positive, like we talk a lot about the brain drain affecting Wisconsin. Brown says, however, this accompanies a shrinking public workforce anyway, so it may not be attracting public talent in the way that the state needs. We'll have more on the impact of those departures coming up tonight at 5.
We'll see you then, Will. Thank you. Police are investigating a burglary on the north side that left 2 residents of a home tied up as 3 masked men invaded their house. Officers received the call around 2 a.m. Thursday from the area of Dryden Drive. The residents told police 3 masked men forced their way inside, tied them up, and stole cash and other items from the home. Police say this does not appear to be a random event and was targeted but did not have anyone in custody.
Police are also investigating a shooting on Madison's east side that sent a man to the hospital with serious injuries last night. It happened on Darrell Drive, a few blocks from the Salvation Army, according to the police. Now, the report did not mention whether police have a suspect in custody.
Darrell Brooks, the man accused in the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, was in court today ahead of his October jury trial. The Waukesha County Judge Jennifer Darrell sided with the defense Thursday and struck 6 counts of homicide by vehicle and 1 use of a controlled substance. The judge ruled that there cannot be multiple punishments for the same crime. The 6 charges of first-degree intentional homicide remain.
Nurses at UW Health have voted to strike next month if the healthcare provider doesn't address their concerns about patient care and recognize their union. The group of nurses set strike dates for September 13th through September 16th. Act 10 stopped public employees from unionizing, but UW Health's status is complex. Legal memos have offered differing opinions, and Attorney General Josh Kaul says this summer he believed it to be legal. But the company believes recognizing the union would violate the law.
We're, as nurses, preparing for this. You know, we're organizing a hardship fund for those missing wages that we won't get. We're gearing up to make sure that our patients are safe and protected. That's, you know, why we voted so early, to make sure that administration can decide whether they're going to hire strike nurses or just recognize us and make it easy on everyone.
Today, UW Health released a message that said, in part, the Attorney General has said he believes we can, but by his own admission states that his opinion is not law and that only the courts or the legislature can provide a conclusive answer. UW Health will not violate the law. UW Health called the announcement of the planned strike disappointing and urged the nurses to pursue other avenues to gain union recognition. Now, the nurses say if they do strike, they will give UW Health officials 10 days notice so preparations can be made to ensure patient safety during the strike. Despite that, UW Health officials claim a strike would still have unintended consequences.
The Biden administration and abortion rights advocates are pushing back on so-called trigger laws that take effect this week.
The new laws nearly ban abortions in several Republican-led states across the country. Now, in 2 of those states, the Biden administration faces dueling rulings related to protecting the lives of pregnant women.
Skylar Henry has more from Washington.
In Tennessee, abortion rights advocates are sounding off.
We will not be quiet.
Tennessee is one of 4 Republican-led states with laws taking effect Thursday to severely limit abortions. Now, 2 months after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade.
That little one is just as much human as you or I are.
The reality is that patients are scared. Doctors are scared.
For now, Idaho can only partially enforce its trigger law after a federal judge ruled doctors can end a pregnancy to help save a mother's life or health at hospitals that accept Medicare funding.
The Biden administration, which brought the Idaho challenge using the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act, praised the decision, saying it will prevent serious harm to women.
We're going to be committed to restoring the protections of Roe.
But another judge in Texas blocked federal guidance regarding emergency abortion services. The state's law, which bans the procedure as soon as a fetal heartbeat is detected, does have an exception for the life of the mother. But legal experts say it's ambiguous.
There's not a clear definition of what exactly that is and what is going to fall in that category. And so that leaves medical providers in a real predicament.
Meanwhile, North Dakota's trigger law could take effect on Friday, pending an ongoing legal challenge. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
The abortion battle continues to play out in the courtroom and at the polls, while Democrats seizing the issue to drive turnout in this year's midterm elections.
The White House says President Biden will again lay out his party's stance on the issue tonight at a political rally in Maryland. One day after the president revealed his student loan relief plan, reaction among Americans is split, mostly along party lines. Student loan borrowers and supporters celebrated President Biden's forgiveness plan this morning in Washington. The president is delivering on his campaign promise, erasing $10,000 in federal student loan debt for those with the annual income below $125,000 or couples earning less than $250,000. The government says it has income information for about 8 million borrowers.
What you need to do is go to studentaid.gov/debt relief. You are going to be waiting for information, and you will have to fill out a form. That means about 35 million people who don't have income information go do it, and even if they have your information, do it anyway.
While the plan is moving forward, Republicans are denouncing it as an insult to those who chose not to take on debt. Some critics of the president's plan are concerned the new spending powers for borrowers will drive up consumer prices even more. The plan would also cancel an additional $10,000 for those who received Pell Grants.
The Uvalde, Texas Police Chief for Schools, Pete Arredondo, has been fired for his actions during the Robb Elementary School massacre in May. The Uvalde School Board meeting opened with anger and frustration. Well, Arredondo did not show up. Instead, his attorneys released a lengthy 17-page statement. It said, no blame should be placed on Chief Arredondo for law enforcement's response to the shooting. The board ultimately fired him by unanimous vote on Wednesday after more than an hour in a closed session. Now, for some, delayed justice was tainted by exhaustion and outrage.
He should be fired automatic, no matter what. No pay, no new jobs, no nothing. Just
He's asking
gone.
for pay when we can't even have our grandchildren back. How dare he?
People in Uvalde say Arredondo's firing is not enough. Attorneys for the parents and survivors of the massacre have said they could file a $27 billion lawsuit against the city and the school district in Uvalde in the coming weeks. That suit could also potentially name law enforcement agencies as well as the guns manufacturer.
A federal judge has just ruled parts of the affidavit used to support a search warrant of former President Trump's Florida home will be made public today. The Department of Justice has submitted what it wants blacked out on the search warrant, the affidavit for former President Trump's home. Judge Bruce Reinhardt is deliberating about whether to unseal parts of the document. Media organizations, including CBS News, have sued in order to see the affidavit. The government has argued unsealing the document could compromise ongoing investigations. Former President Trump has said he wants the full affidavit made public, but his attorneys have not submitted any requests to the courts to make that happen.
The Janesville School District held a back-to-school kickoff for staff today. Now, this is the first time since COVID that they've had all staff back together. Now, for the last 2 years, the school district hadn't been able to hold this event due to COVID. But the event this year marks a little more of a return to normal. The district has hired well over 200 people between all the teachers and staff.
We're doing really well. Still a couple more to fill, but, we're feeling very confident that we'll be able to get the year off to a good start.
Students report back to school in Janesville 1 week from today, September 1st. Here we go.
What happened to summer?
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Still to come at 4, homelessness is a major problem in Los Angeles.
The city has come up with a unique solution, though, if the voters approve it. We'll show you what that is when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Made in America is more than just a slogan. It's smart policy. When we manufacture things here, our shelves are stocked, and it creates jobs you can raise a family on. Like my parents had. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm tired of the excuses from millionaires running the Senate. I'll bring manufacturing back here, so folks like you who actually earn your paychecks finally get a fair shot. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Is your home just as hot inside as it is outside? The problem might be your walls have no insulation or ineffective builder's grade insulation letting all that heat in. But when USA Insulation wraps your home in our premium injection foam, we turn your home into a cooler, keeping the heat outside and your cool, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs, and helping you save on rising electric bills. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Oh, wow. Packer scratch games are back, and there's a chance to win 2 season tickets for 2 years?
Piggies in a blankie.
Thank you.
Wisconsin Lottery Packers scratch games are back with instant cash prizes and a bonus drawing for 2 Packer season tickets for 2 years. With prizes this exciting, everything feels like an opportunity for a big play. Available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
All right, go Pack go, man.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer during the final days of the Summer Supercharged sales event. You still have time to lock in your order on select Ford vehicles, and we'll lock in your rate. Even if rates go up before your order comes in, you're protected. So stop by your Ford dealer today during the final days of the Summer Supercharged sales event. Hurry to lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months on select Ford trucks and SUVs, only at your local Ford dealer.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
If you want to keep adding candles to your birthday cake, I guess just grab a pair of sneakers.
According to a study published yesterday in the JAMA Network Open Journal, regular physical activity appears to lessen a person's risk of an early death. The findings are based on more than 272,000 people between 59 and 82 years of age who self-reported their exercise levels. Researchers followed these participants for over a decade and looked at their health records for cause of death. The study found racket sports, running, and walking all helped decrease the risk of an early death.
Feels good to move around.
It does.
If you can. Mortgage rates in the U.S. are heading north. The average rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage rose to nearly 5.6% this week, according to Freddie Mac. That's close to twice the rate from the year before, although it is down from June. Real estate agents say the high mortgage rates are stopping some potential home buyers from making those purchases. In July, sales of existing homes in the U.S. dropped for the sixth time in as many months. This is all causing some problems for mortgage companies, which are now laying off some employees or just closing down business.
A new study finds long COVID is preventing up to 4 million Americans from working. Long COVID is a combination of symptoms that emerge months or even years after recovering from the virus. People suffering from it face a range of symptoms that can make it challenging to work, including brain fog, anxiety, depression, fatigue, and breathing problems. The Brookings Institution estimates 2 to 4 million people are out of work due to long COVID. It says the midpoint of that range, 3 million full-time equivalent workers, represents 1.8% of the entire U.S. civilian labor force.
Tensions between FedEx and its third-party contractors could have a big impact on deliveries this holiday season. A group of contractors working with FedEx Ground has threatened to shutter their operations right before Black Friday. Independent businesses deliver most FedEx packages. Deutsche Bank estimates as many as 30% of them are losing money, while FedEx reports a hefty increase in revenue for its ground unit. And Deutsche Bank points to the higher costs for fuel, trucks, and driver pay as issues hurting the contractors. These businesses cannot coordinate a shutdown due to antitrust laws, but the talk is spreading.
Stocks close higher across the board. The Dow Industrials gained 322 points, ending the day at 33,291. The Nasdaq up 207 points, and the S&P 500 snapped a three-day losing streak, closing up 48. Well, Los Angeles is considering a new solution to its homeless problem.
In 2024, residents will vote on a proposal that would require hotels to offer vacant rooms to people experiencing homelessness.
Already, it's a contentious debate, and reporter Nick Watt has more.
In Los Angeles County, more than 60,000 people are homeless on the average night, and more than 20,000 hotel rooms lie empty on the average night. See where this might be going?
It's insane. It isn't going to solve the problem.
We think this is one part of the solution. By no means do we think this solves the homelessness crisis. But do hotels have a role to play? Of course they do.
So the union he leads, which reps hotel workers, gathered enough signatures, and Angelenos will vote on a bill that would force every hotel in town to report vacancies at 2 p.m. every day, then welcome homeless people into those vacant rooms.
Honestly, would you check into a hotel knowing that the chance of your neighbor to the left or right is a homeless individual?
Manoj Patel voluntarily rents some rooms to homeless people who are vetted and paid for by a local church, but he's against this bill that would make that mandatory?
We barely are surviving, number one. Number two, we have to think of the safety of our staff. And number three, we're not professionally or any otherwise equipped with any of the supporting mechanism that the homeless guest would require.
What services would be provided remains unclear. Also unclear the funding, and hotels would be paid fair market rate.
It's up to the city. I mean, they did it during Project Room Key.
The pandemic-era program now winding down that inspired this bill by placing more than 10,000 people in hotels that volunteered. Sean Bigdelli among them.
Well, first of all, it's a blessing. It's a great room. The technology is not up to par, but, you know, what technology do you have in a tent?
This bill would also force developers to replace housing demolished to make way for new hotels, and hotel permits would be introduced, as well as making every hotel from a Super 8 to the Biltmore accept homeless people as guests.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Maybe for some, but, you know, there's a lot of people with untreated mental health, and some people do some damage to these poor buildings, man.
This happened in Manoj Patel's motel.
And she marked all walls, curtains she burnt. Thank God there was no fire. Even marked the ceiling.
Opponents of housing the homeless in hotels fear this, and fear tourists could be put off from even coming to LA.
I wouldn't want my kids around people that I'm not sure about. I wouldn't want to be in an elevator with somebody who's clearly having a mental break. The idea that you can intermingle homeless folks with paying normal guests, it just doesn't work out.
We don't want to head backwards into the segregated South, but that's kind of the language that they're talking about. There's a certain class of people, less than humans, animals they almost describe them as, to be honest with you. They don't seem to understand who the unhoused are. We're talking again about seniors, students, working people. That's who the voucher program would benefit the most.
Some opponents say the union is pushing this bill as a negotiating tactic for leverage, but the union denies that.
They say they do want to make sure that the hotels play their part in tackling a growing problem in Los Angeles, and it is a problem.
Yeah, and it's not an easy fix, as we saw. So,
well, it is Thursday. You know what that means? It's the Traveler Throwback Thursday.
Well, how about that? We go back to 1990, and we go to the circus, the smallest circus on Earth. That's coming up after Greg's First Warn forecast.
Ashley's Labor Day mattress preview sale is going on now. Save up to $1,000 on Serta, up to $800 on Purple, and up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic. Plus special financing and free furniture on select mattresses. It's the Labor Day preview sale, this week only at Ashley.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
I'm Tim Michaels, and I know a thing or two about construction. But sometimes, before you start building, you have to tear things down. That's why I'll dump Beaver's job-killing agenda. Totally demolish the woke liberals' anti-police agenda. And hammer Madison's special interest. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm a businessman, not a politician. Tony Evers and his liberal friends have made an absolute mess of Wisconsin. We've got a blueprint to rebuild. But first, we need to do a little demolition.
Velco Factory Direct. What does that mean? It means no middleman, no overpriced, underperforming windows. Factory Direct means getting what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. It means when you buy one window, you'll get one free. Yes, free. It means quality craftsmanship, custom designs, and a lifetime warranty. Most importantly, it means a team of window professionals dedicated to one thing above all, your delight. Buy one window, get one free. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
This 120-year-old building holds the most beautiful bicycle store in the world, Machinery Row Bicycles. Machinery Row Bicycles has Wisconsin's largest selection of Trek bike path bikes, Trek Kids, and Trek road bicycles. New Trek mountain bikes will start under $390. Hundreds of accessories include free installation, free adjustments, kickstands, and quality service are all included in your Machinery Row truck bicycle. So many fun things to look at and bicycles to test ride on the bicycle path by the lake at Machinery Row Bicycles.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
When it's go time, I don't let constipation stop me.
New great-tasting Dulcolax Chewy Fruit Bites work naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. So you can go fast, go gently, and go on with life. New Dulcolax Chewy Fruit Bites put you comfortably in control.
Ashley's Labor Day preview sale is going on now. Don't miss 30% off furniture, plus an additional 15% off, or no interest for 60 months. It's the Labor Day preview sale, and it's this week only at Ashley.
We'll take a look at this time-lapse video shot from Britain's Met Office showed a Levanter cloud over the Rock of Gibraltar. According to the Met Office, local easterly winds known as Levante blow through the Strait of Gibraltar, causing these signature clouds.
That's really cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah. Greg's here. We have a scientist here. We can discuss this.
It's like a cap cloud. You get those cap clouds over mountains too. So they're similar. Just probably just called a different name because of that.
And it's time lapse, so it
makes it. Yeah, it's not going that fast. It's actually going slower. So yeah, there's weird clouds out there. We're talking about the mustache cloud, horseshoe cloud that's in Nevada. If you want to look that up, you can Google it. It's actually a real thing. So it just appears that way. So yeah, there's some strange
Mother Nature's fun.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Well, also fun, these are summer staples, hot dogs and popsicles, but what about popsicles that taste like hot dogs?
No.
What? Well, for some reason, it's a thing. Introducing Oscar Mayer's Cold Dog, a frozen pop that tastes like a hot dog with both refreshing and smoky umami notes.
No.
But there's even a mustard swirl on it. The box says stupid or genius. I guess the answer is up to the folks who want to fork over the $2 at the small number of locations where cold dogs are sold. Now, you could just make your own, like get a blender, some hot dogs, and use your ice cube trays and some toothpicks.
I say no.
You thought of this?
I think about a lot of things, Mark.
The strange mind of Brady Mallory. Stupid or genius? I think it's just wrong.
Well, sometimes foods can just be what they are. We don't need to make them into other
Well, they used to have, what was the donut in the burger many years ago? That was a big craze that went on.
What about like hot dogs and Jell-O? That was a thing that you would take to parties in like the 50s, 60s, right?
Don't ask me. I don't think so. They had like pineapple and stuff, but not hot dogs.
Those were the days.
Okay, I'm told we have to move along. So let's talk some weather.
Yeah, we look like fog tomorrow morning, AM commute. Then we have some showers probably coming back in for the
sun's
weekend.
Back out.
Yes, it is.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Why hide your skin if Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control?
Hide my skin? Not me.
By hitting eczema where it counts, Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
And that means long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief for adults. With Dupixent, you can show more skin with less eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can change how your skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice. Talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
At TSR, we transform your old, beat-up concrete into a beautiful, durable surface in one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings. We specialize in garages, patios, pool decks, basements, and more. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We start by grinding it down, then we apply the base coat and chip and seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are beautiful, durable, ridiculously easy to clean, and are backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. Our in-house team is ready to answer any questions that you have before and after the install. And right now on all projects, we're offering 15% off. Call the number shown below or visit our website for your new floor today.
Floor. How do we make your glasses the same day? It's all done in store. Our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish, getting them back the same day. Quality, affordable glasses made in store, only at iMart Express.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
As it all was wet last night, and actually we've had rain today. So overall, the month of August, we've ended up over 5.5 inches so far at the Madison airport. Most other areas have reached at least the 4-inch mark or even higher. So quite wet. Actually, we're up to the 13th wettest, and we have a chance to actually push that probably close to 6 inches as we get through this weekend. Unlikely we're going to reach the 2007 mark at 14 inches of rain. Hopefully not. Overall, temperatures are now sitting around 80 to a few degrees below. We've had some cloud cover showers come through, so that knocks the temp down a little bit. We zoom into the Dane County area. We're still looking overall at about 78 to 80 degrees. Madison Airport right now is 76. We did have a shower come through about a few hours ago. So overall, the pattern has turned more northwest. The system that affected us is down in Illinois. The front is lagging behind, so it's just passing through the southern end of the state right now. That'll at least usher in some drier, lower dew points here as we go on through the night and tomorrow. Overall, the pattern changed. As we've seen, we're going to have a break Friday, and then we have another little weak system, a series of waves that are going to come across from the west. That's what's going to bring our chance for rain coming later this weekend. Not overly impressive amounts of chance of rains, but still a lot of more uncertainty. Then come not Labor Day, but we come after Monday and Tuesday, we start switching to more drier northwest flow, which sets the stage for maybe a potentially nice dry weekend and through Labor Day weekend. And notice the ridge warm air starting to build out west. That is a sign that we may warm up too by Labor Day also. Futurecast for tonight, we see some showers still going on right now. Everything is kind of going north to south. And that should continue through the evening and then start to dissipate as the sun goes down. And then we'll leave with cloud cover, but even the cloud cover will start thinning out towards the morning after midnight, and then you'll see temperatures drop down by 5 to the upper 50s, low 60s. The one thing to take note by the morning commute is going to be the fog potential with all the rainfall once again. Longer nights, we're going to set up the stage for probably could be some dense fog in certain areas, so use caution tomorrow morning as you're traveling. Otherwise, tomorrow looks very dry. Nice conditions. Temperatures not far from what they were today, but the dew points will be back in the mid-50s. So overall, much more pleasant weather to speak of than right now, which is kind of muggy outside. So we're looking at tomorrow looks really good. The morning fog is the one issue. What we're going to see then is the temperatures start to creep back up Saturday. But the good news for all the Friday night football, there should be no issues in dry and cool. And then the next chance of rain Sunday and Monday, and that definitely could be colder. Excuse me. That's definitely going to be warmer than we're thinking right now and back to the muggy conditions. But overall, the good news is the next week until Labor Day actually looks dry right now. So that actually pans out. Still a little bit uncertainty when it comes to what the temperatures would be like, as you see there, but we definitely should be dry, which is good.
Well, that's good.
So
end of summer celebration?
Actually, you know, when the meteorological summer is June, July, and August, we do our numbers that way. So our summer's done end of August. Then we start with fall, September. So
you have less time to enjoy.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Greg, thank you.
No problem.
It's always a big deal when the circus comes to town.
A big deal even when the circus is little.
Here's this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday from 1990.
Went to the canvas coming in.
You can almost feel the excitement. The circus is in town. Ed Dench remembers the excitement when the circus came. Growing up in Cincinnati, 2 blocks from the circus grounds, he remembers watching the crew set up. He always dreamed of running off and joining the big top, and now, almost 40 years later, that dream has come to life. Ed and his wife Jean now own the Dench Circus, billed as the world's smallest. There's Ed and Jean, a couple of dogs, a goat, a tent, and 1 ring. And that's it. Ed becomes Willie the Hobo. Jean Speckles the Clown.
Be kind of hard to be any smaller.
It's all right. A lot of work. People think it's easy to be a clown, easy to set things up, but it isn't. It takes a lot of work, a lot of practice, and like he says, a lot of years.
Almost went with the circus when I was about 18 years old, but they only paid $40 a week, and I had to furnish my own meals. And I says, I eat more than $40 a week, so that rule going with them out.
The pay isn't a whole lot better now. Many of their shows, like the one today at a nursing home, are done for free. They do this for something other than money.
I like to see other people smile and be happy.
It is finally showtime. The Dench Circus comes to life. Ed is booking agent, producer, director, performer, and ringmaster. The show isn't anything fancy. Things don't always go right on cue. But the crowd doesn't seem to mind. They're here to see the circus, and Ed and Jean give it their best. After the show, they'll pack it all up into their 1952 Chevy truck, their version of the circus train. They'll bring their little big top to the next town. It may be the world's smallest, but this circus has to have one of the biggest hearts. Traveling in Lancaster, I'm Mark Kane, WISC News 3.
That was a fun day.
I wonder what they're up to now.
I think probably retired.
Well, I hope they're still going. What I like about that story, though, before we had like computers, technology, phones distracting us, community members entertaining others.
That's right.
That's really great.
Go to the circus.
Yeah. I'd go.
I'd go too. Coming up next year on Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor talks to us about a new study that shows regular activity may keep you out of the hospital if you get COVID.
And then at 5, parts of the world are moving from drought to downpours in a summer of extreme weather. Scientists say human-caused climate change is to blame. We'll show you more at 5.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer. Death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupts the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Right now at the Century House, purchase any Fjords furniture and receive up to 20% off. All models, all sizes, all colors. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Shop the end of summer clearance sale at Grand Appliance for up to 25% off, plus an extra $1,000 in rebate savings you won't find anywhere else. Get unbeatable deals like this Samsung large capacity French door refrigerator with dispenser for just $17.98, along with big end of season discounts on top grill brands like Weber, Traeger, and Napoleon. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom today. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts.
New at 5, what will happen to patients if their nurses go on strike? UW Health may face this problem if requests aren't met. We speak with 2 on-staff nurses.
Our storm chances are looking to end by the time we get into tonight. However, what does that mean for the rest of the week? We'll take a look at your forecast coming up at 5.
And then at 6, after employees left the workplace at record rates, what is Wisconsin's plan to continue providing state services? Tonight at 6.
Here's our weather satellite shot of the day from New York City.
86 degrees there today.
Hot time in the city.
It gets hot in there.
Oh, yeah. You get down that valley of those buildings. It's a little brutal. Well, it's time to call in if you have a question for Dr. Zorba Pastor.
The number to call in is 608-270-9933. And Zorba is here as we wait for your calls to come in. And you have another good reason to exercise, huh?
Hi, Zorba.
Absolutely. Very interesting study came out in the British Medical Journal, and it looked at exercise and COVID. And what they discovered was 150 minutes a week of moderate exercise or 75 minutes a week of vigorous exercise tremendously dropped the risk of getting COVID. Number one, you were less likely to get COVID. Number two, you were less likely to end up in the hospital with COVID. And number three, you were less likely to die from COVID. And I think this really is showing you the importance of exercise in boosting the immune system. And really, as we go into the fall, I hate to say it, but fall and winter are coming. Flu season is there, but it just shows you exercise helps immunity.
So it's the immune system that's being jacked up.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, shocking that exercise is actually good for you. But the reality is there's so many people who don't engage in regular exercise. And I think it's important, once again, to say, against 150 minutes of moderate exercise or 75 where you're really sweating in a week is really going to make a difference.
Well, and for people who maybe aren't as mobile, are there little things that they can do?
Absolutely.
Extreme?
You know, there are a number of YouTube videos on what you can do in a chair, what you can do with yoga in a chair, what you can do if you go to a senior center. There are a number of senior centers that actually do exercise where you're sitting down. So if you're less mobile, you can still do things because you have your upper body to actually exercise.
But you're not going to break into a big sweat.
You're not, but that's where the moderate exercise really comes in. And once again, taking weights and using weights is going to make you sweat, and especially in the summer when it's humid, then you're definitely going to sweat.
Yes, especially today.
Right.
All right. So again, now's the time to call in if you have a question for Dr. Pastor. The number 608-270-9933.
And we will answer your calls right after the break.
There's a difference in a small town where family values still hold true. Welcome to the Portage Furniture Store. Well, we ventured back to Portage and look at who we found, the two Ayers brothers, Austin and Aaron. It's good to see you guys.
Welcome back.
So how is business? How is life?
Business has been great. You know, it's been very busy, busy for both of us. A couple new kiddos in the past year. So no, but business has been doing great.
I know you really want to give a shout out to all of the people around this area that shop local, that choose to come right here to Cook Street to see the two of you.
Obviously, first and foremost, we're so appreciative of our customers, and there's just been such a strong sentiment to shop local, shop small, support family business. And I guess with the inventory, we've been very blessed. We've got a packed showroom, trucks coming in every week. We've really, we're running out of places to put everything. We're in good shape.
I feel like there's such a difference in the customer's mood when they walk in. They don't have that anxious feeling of, oh gosh, here comes the salesperson coming over to talk to me. Why is that so different here?
We put a major emphasis on no pressure shopping. Our salespeople, they're fantastic. They're going to be there when you need them, but they're going to let you, try everything out, and they're going to leave you alone, let you relax.
So all these years later, the big question is, there still the Portage Furniture free delivery?
Yep, absolutely. Still the free delivery. Going to bring it right into your home, set it up, make it perfect for you. They'll even cook you dinner or sing a song for you if you need. They're just fantastic.
That's that small, local, family feel business mentality. You can't replicate it, right? We're the Ayers family. From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Made in America, it's more than just a slogan. It's smart policy. When we manufacture things here, our shelves are stocked, and it creates jobs you can raise a family on. Like my parents had. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm tired of the excuses from millionaires running the Senate. I'll bring manufacturing back here, So folks like you who actually earn your paychecks finally get a fair shot. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road this summer. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther this summer in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, get 0% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
As of right now, we have no traffic issues to speak of as you look at the Madison area, just a few disabled vehicles, but otherwise it looks good. If we go back and zoom out to the Janesville area, it's pretty much the same everywhere else. Now, there are a few showers out there, so if you do encounter it in the drive-in, just slow down, and obviously that could be wet pavement too, but overall, we're looking pretty good.
All right, thank you, Greg. The butter sculpture at the 2022 New York State Fair is celebrating a milestone. Sculptors turned 800 pounds of butter into a creation called Refuel for Greatness, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Title IX, which of course created more equity in women's sports at institutions like colleges that receive federal funding. Now, the sculpture depicts 4 female athletes, including a little girl on skis, a runner, a gymnast, and a lacrosse player.
The chocolate milk fueling the whole thing.
I guess. I love such talent.
It really is.
Yeah. Need a lot of bread, though, for afterward.
All right, we're taking calls for Dr. Zorba Pastor at 608-270-9933. We will start with Philip in Waukesha. Hi, Philip. What's your question?
Hey, my question, and thanks for taking my call, is I've been vaccinated. I've had 1 booster shot, but I did not do my second booster. I thought I was going to wait till maybe this fall to do it, like about now. But now I'm hearing that they have another booster that's coming out. So my question is, do I get my second booster or wait for the other booster that's coming out?
I would say wait for the new booster that comes out. No doubt about it. So put it off until probably mid-September. That's what I heard. That's when it's going to be available. But somewhere between September and October, it'll be available. And it'll target basically another strain that might bother you.
All right.
All right. We have David from Columbus. What is your question?
Yes. Sometimes I have double vision. What causes that?
Well, double vision can be caused by lots of things. But if you have double vision, that's the time to call your doctor, your nurse, your health care provider, because it can be something serious or it can be something benign. Very, very important to get it checked out.
Yeah, that's not just something to
Can't
ignore.
answer it, no.
All right. Let's go to Ron in Stoughton. Hi, Ron. What's your question?
Just wondering, I think my question got answered, if there's going to be a 5th booster coming up.
And the numbers, you know, it's kind of interesting. You know, it may be a 5th booster. I have no idea how many flu shots I've had. The reality is, I think this is going to be an annual thing, and we're just going to learn to live with it.
So, and don't forget the flu shot.
That's right. Don't forget the flu shot. Right.
It's important for that as well.
Andrew from Middleton, what's your question?
Hi, Dr. Pastor. I'm a big fan. I was just wondering, do I need to wear a surgical mask? Like, is that doing anything at all when I go grocery shopping?
Oh, I think they really do make a difference. And I think you do it on an individual basis. You know, when you think about it, where are you coming into contact with people? Grocery shopping, going to a store like Quick Trip. I once counted how many people I was near on Quick Trip, and generally it was about 12 to 20 by the time I was finished, and you're in close quarters. So the reality is, if in doubt, wear a mask.
Okay. Right. Let's go to Mary now in Madison. Hi, Mary. What's your question?
My question is this. I currently have COVID. Do I get the new booster when it comes out in the fall, or do I wait? How do I handle that?
Absolutely, you get the new booster when it comes out in the fall. Now, the reality is now that you have COVID, you've got sort of the golden ticket where you can go around. You're less likely to get COVID over the next 90 days. But once you go beyond 90 days, then you're going to possibly get it again. You need the other booster. Absolutely.
Mark from Madison, what's your question?
Hey, Zorba, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Say, I have a question. I've been reading that current research is that there may be some effect to heart and brain as it pertains to being infected with COVID. I had COVID about 6 weeks ago, and I had an episode as a result of it, and was just wondering if you had seen any current data on that.
Absolutely, there's data on it. We know that the inflammatory response from COVID can cause a whole bunch of things. We don't understand long COVID, but we know that it definitely has an impact. And I think we have to look back to things like polio. We know that people who had polio back in the 50s and the 60s have now a problem later on, 50 and 60 and 70 years later. So the answer is yes, it does have an impact on the heart and brain. We don't quite understand it, and that's where new research is always coming out.
Which really emphasizes why young children should get the shot.
Absolutely.
Because they're going to live another
Absolutely.
50,
You know,
60 years.
the idea of not giving your kids a shot is sort of like you don't want to give them a tetanus shot or a polio shot. Young children should definitely get COVID booster shots. The initial series, it's very important for them. Right.
And it seems so much COVID out there. Everybody, callers are calling in. We have people in here.
Right. It has not gone to the wayside. It is here to stay. And people are still interested because they're worried about it. And the fact is, we should be worried, and that's why we still have people in Wisconsin who have not gotten boosted. And if you know somebody who's not gotten boosted, talk to them, because chances are many of them just haven't gotten it together to actually get boosted. I've had people who come in my office and they've said, especially young men, you know, maybe I should do it. I just haven't had the time. And the answer is take the time and get boosted.
And right now, and we talked with another doctor about this, but the BA.5 variant is still the main one. Is there any encouraging info that we can glean from that another one hasn't taken over yet?
Right. The answer is, who knows? That's it. We really don't know what's going to happen in the fall, because it's going to continue to actually, I mean, that's what RNA viruses do. They continue to basically mutate into something else. And I think just like influenza, the FDA looks, and the CDC, what's the best influenza vaccine for the year? We're going to do the same thing with COVID.
And colds. We've had colds all our lives.
That's right.
That's the same. That's a COVID. It's a COVID virus as well. All right, we are out of time. Zorba, thank you.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you all for calling in. We'll see you next week. I think there's some phone bank thing we're doing next week.
Yes.
Back to school. We'll see you then. All right, we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
If Tim Michels is governor, here's what reproductive health care would look like in Wisconsin. Providing abortions? A felony. Exceptions in cases of rape or incest? None. Here's what Michels says to Wisconsin women who get pregnant after being raped. To ask her to go through the birth is not unreasonable. Tim Michels is a radical and divisive politician coming for your rights. Wisconsin women deserve better. Vote no on Tim Michels.
Here's to real flavors, real meals, real good. All of Knorr's high-quality pasta and rice sides are now made with no artificial flavors or preservatives. Knorr, taste for good.
Senator Johnson's working family defined him. He and his brothers and sisters were raised by two loving parents with deep faith who taught him the value of work. As a young man, he shoveled driveways, mowed lawns, delivered papers, caddied, played Little League baseball, and baled hay on his uncle's farm. At 15, he got a dishwashing job at Walgreens Grill and became night manager before he was 16. After college, he married Jane, his wife of 45 years, and moved to Oshkosh to start a manufacturing business with Jane's brother. For the first year, the two traded 12-hour shifts. Over the next 30 years, Senator Johnson performed just about every task in that business. He installed and operated the equipment, loaded trucks, kept the books, and sold its products all over the world. His business didn't export jobs, it exported plastic. His quiet but extensive charitable work was never done for show, but simply to lend a helping hand, a value he learned from our parents. He's my brother and my best friend.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
New at 5. Nurses intend to go on strike in September if UW Health does not meet their requests. News 3 Now asks what will happen to patients and other employees. The story coming up at 5.
Back to school is not what it used to be.
There are new safety concerns, new protocols, and lots of questions.
We can help you navigate some of those hurdles with our Back to School series.
Join us every morning starting at 6:30 a.m. only on News 3 Now this morning.
And we look at showers and thunderstorms still occurring, just a few along mainly the interstate as they head to the southeast. So that's something to keep in mind for your evening activities. A few of them are there, but many areas are starting to see more sun as the clouds are breaking up. The cooler air is trying to push its way through. So we're going to see temperatures fall off tonight, and the dew points will do the same. Cloudy early, but then kind of becoming more partly cloudy, even clear later on. Thunderstorms early, a few shot of those. Otherwise, we're going to look for the fog develop overnight. That could be widespread and could be dense in certain areas, so something to keep in mind as tomorrow's morning's commute. And that goes after we burn off that fog, upper 70s tomorrow, much milder, dew points in the 50s. It'll feel much better than it was today right now. So go to the 10-day. We've noticed that we got showers coming up this weekend. And there's your 10 days we see, and then much drier as we get to next week, guys.
All right. Thank you. Tomorrow here on Live-at-four, we'll meet the author of the book, David Cooper. He's Madison's former police chief turned priest.
And the news hounds, Louie and Oliver, have the best animal stories of the week.
The green grass program put on by First Tee is making a difference here on the golf course and off. Ashlyn, tell us what First Tee is. I know people hear that, they think of golf. It's so much more than just the game of golf.
It truly is. So underneath our umbrella, we're kind of divided into two different categories. One is our learning centerpiece, and the other is what we call life skills experience. And with that, we're able to work with the community. We have partnerships with school districts, community centers, and we offer what we're doing here today called green grass programming. It was really cool because before COVID, we were serving more than 17,000 kids in Wisconsin. Last year, we're getting that number back up to more than 12,000 kids, but it's just providing an overall golf experience to make golf more of an inclusive sport, as well as teaching important life skills.
Brad, tell us a little bit about First Tee's green grass program and what that all entails.
Well, usually it's during the non-school time during the summer. We're outside twice a week and using the 9 core values of the First Tee and trying to use them on the golf course, and then how can you apply it off the golf course as well.
So much more than just we're going to get you good at using your driver and your fairway wood.
Oh no. It's all about teaching you about yourself and how you can respect the other people in your surroundings.
I know you have a favorite core value. What is that?
Mine is respect. Respect for yourself, respect for others, and respect for your surroundings.
What's that like when you can really see a difference in kids that you've worked with? And you see it hitting home and that light bulb going off.
It's rewarding is what it is. But the best part is when I talk to the parents and they tell me how they express some of those core values that they're seeing away from the course and at home. That's my favorite part.
And if they pick up a few skills along the way, even better.
Oh, darn. Yeah. Oh, darn.
I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
I'm Tim Michaels, and I know a thing or two about construction. But sometimes, before you start building, you have to tear things down. That's why I'll dump Beaver's job-killing agenda. Totally demolish the woke liberals' anti-police agenda. And hammer Madison's special interest. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm a businessman, not a politician. Tony Evers and his liberal friends have made an absolute mess of Wisconsin. We've got a blueprint to rebuild. But first, we need to do a little demolition.
Well, in today's Final Touch, it sounds like the start of a joke. A baby seal breaks into a marine biologist's home.
What a punchline that would be. Well, this is no joke, though. A baby seal that broke into the home, a marine biologist in New Zealand, gives new meaning to the words working from home. All right, check this. Marine biologist Phil Ross says he believes the seal made it into the house through a cat door and then blamed the family cat, Coco. Sorry, Coco. Well, he said Coco is very territorial and likely took a swipe at the seal, thus setting off a chase that ended up inside the home. Now, Ross's wife was able to lure the intruder back outside where Department of Conservation officials took over the operation. Now, there has to be a pun lesson here about sealing off your entrances to your home. But perhaps the real lesson is, just blame the cat.
Always blame the cat.
Coco looks really upset by that.
Always blame the cat. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.